Can we please stop calling it busy work? Hey, special educators, it's Jennifer from Positively Learning. Welcome back. Today I'm going to be taking on a little pet peeve of mine when it comes to student independent work. So here's the deal. I'd love to stop calling it busy work. Well, of course, you can call it whatever you want. Don't let me tell you what to do, but hear me out. Because when it comes to student work binders, they are so much more than just a way to keep our students occupied. These independent work binders are little powerhouses, and they are designed to actually move students forward while giving teachers a little bit of a breather too. Whether you call them work binders, morning binders, busy books, adapted books, today I'm going to break down all the real benefits of using work binders. We're talking independence, data collection, easy morning routines, you name it. So if you've ever wondered if work binders are worth it, or if you're looking for ways to make them work even better for you and your students, please stick around. Hey, special educators, I'm Jennifer from Positively Learning. Welcome to the Special Educators Resource Room. If you're like me, you're always looking for ways to save time and streamline your work. That's why this podcast was created, to give you the systems and solutions you need to get your time back. Tune in for tips, tricks, and tools that will help you manage your workload and make the most of your time. Whether you're brand new or experienced, all are welcome in the Special Educators Resource Room. Are you ready to move past the words busy, cute, and fun? Let's start with what I think is the best thing about work binders, how they build independence. We all want our students to do more on their own, but independence doesn't just happen when we hand them a task. It takes practice, structure, and the right tools. Work binders are designed to guide students through a sequence of tasks, building up their confidence and helping them to do more with less help. And this isn't just about us hyping them up. When students are using their work binders on a regular basis, it's like watching them level up in real time. They're learning to follow those steps, manage the tasks, and get to that big win, which is completing something all on their own. Sounds great, but how are we going to do this? Well, let's talk about how customizable these binders are. This is where the magic really happens. You can set up each page in an individual student binder to focus on that specific skill your student needs, whether it's counting, letter recognition, matching, fine motor, you name it. Work binders can help you meet each student exactly where they are. And this isn't just about keeping them busy. It's about giving them tasks that tie back to real goals. So when a student's flipping through their binder, they're practicing something that matters. IEP goals, covered. Life skills, covered. It's like you're creating this customized toolkit just for them, and every page counts. We're going to come back to that customization piece, but let's keep going with the benefits. Do you work with students who thrive on predictability? That is huge. When students know what to expect, they know they can do it on their own, and it can make the whole day start better. So why not use your work binders in the morning? Because mornings can be chaotic. Work binders can be a total game changer. They're perfect for morning work because they are so low prep and they are predictable. If you're handing a student their binder or they have this already accessible when they come in, they can jump right in without needing a bunch of extra setup. It's like pressing play on a morning routine that works every time. Think about your busy school day. Where else can you fit in routines? Transitions, rotations, brain breaks, even subplans can all run more smoothly when independent work binders are in place. Once you set them up, these binders are ready to go whenever you need them. One of the best parts about using these student work binders is that they can help students really get those skills down, because so many students need that repetition to fully master something. So with the work binders, they can get a chance for repeated practice, but it's organized in a way that feels manageable. And the best part is you can keep customizing it and tweaking it as students grow. Once they're solid on one skill, then you can add new challenges right in the same binder. So for example, if they've mastered counting, maybe you can add in some single-digit addition. Or if they've got letter recognition down, then you can move on to CVC words. The binder evolves with them, and they get to build on those wins. Let's revisit the topic of customization. When I think about setting up work binders, I think of an assembly line. You've got a laptop and a printer. You have a stack of paper, maybe a laminator or sheet protectors, and you have the student binders. Many of your binders might have the same pages. I think of these as the base pages. Maybe it's calendar pages or SEL, like an emotion check-in, or maybe every student is going to have letter or number formation pages that they can complete and refer to. And from there, you can start customizing. Maybe some students are going to be working on more fine motor or seasonal pages. These students are not necessarily working on academic goals or skills, but instead they're focused on that independent work process, completing the tasks independently. Other students may also be working on those, but they're also ready for more academic work. Maybe it's literacy, maybe it's science and social studies, maybe it's math. The initial setup for all of the binders may be the same, but then you can start printing and picking and choosing the activities that students really need. There's no one size fits all. A huge benefit to setting up binders like this is the data collection. Each completed page in a work binder is basically a mini work sample. So you have this ongoing record of student progress. It's like a snapshot of where they are now and where they have come from. So when it's time to collect data, progress monitor, update IEP goals and objectives, everything you need is right there. Plus, think about how motivating it is for students to see the binder filled with pages that they've completed. They get to see their own hard work, and we get to see what's working well and where they might need a bit more support. Basically, a win-win. I hope you're catching my excitement. So now let's talk about easier classroom management, because that is a benefit from using some type of independent work system, especially when we're talking about work binders. Imagine handing a student their binder, knowing that they can get to work on their own, and then you're going to take a few minutes to pull a small group. It's like having an extra set of hands. And because these binders are so user-friendly, students don't need much help once they know that routine. They can grab their binders, flip it open, and get started. And that's freeing you up to focus on those other parts of your classroom that need attention. Finally, let's talk cost effectiveness. Once you've got your work binder set up, you're ready to roll year after year. You're not constantly printing new materials or scrambling to come up with fresh activities every week. It's like putting a routine on autopilot. You have something in place that lasts and grows with your students. And here's where I want to introduce a solution: the Work Binder Dollar Club. This is a membership where you have everything you need to set up binders and choose exactly the skills that students are going to work on. If you've ever bought a big bundle of resources and you find that one or two activities were exactly what you were looking for and the rest, not so much, this Work Binder Dollar Club offers a solution that is way more cost effective and flexible. So think of it as Netflix for your work binders. You can log in anytime, browse through the library of skill options, and print off the perfect activities. And that means every student is going to get their own customized binder. They might look all the same on the outside, but when students open up their binder, they are filled with those just right tasks. And because you can adjust pages and add new skills as students progress, you're really getting the most out of each binder. It's a one-time setup that you can keep building on. As we wrap up talking about the benefits of using student work binders for independent work, I'm going to give you a little bit of homework. In the show notes, I'm going to put a link to a spreadsheet. You can click on the spreadsheet and see all of the different tasks that are available for work binders. You're also going to see a list for file folders and task box activities. I want you to grab a notebook, your favorite pen, an iced coffee, and I want you to think about students that you're working with and just start sketching out their binders. What pages do you want every student to have? Then what individual pages would you include for each student? Just dream up the perfect independent work system. Now imagine how smoothly your mornings can run. Or think about the next parent conference or IEP meeting where you can just grab this binder and go. I hope now that we can all agree on one thing: work binders are so much more than busy work. They are structured, They are goal-driven, and honestly, they're one of the best ways to help students grow independently while also giving you some of your time back. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope this episode gave you some ideas, maybe even a fresh perspective on how powerful work binders can be. I highly encourage you to click on the show notes and grab that spreadsheet and start dreaming up what is possible for your classroom. If you're ready to give them a try, I recommend just starting with a few key base pages and then watch what happens. I predict you're going to see some quick progress. If you found today's episode helpful, please consider subscribing or sharing it with another teacher friend who could use a little extra support. And here's to more independent, purposeful learning in your classroom. Thanks for listening. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'm dying to ask, what'd you think? Be sure to hit the follow or subscribe buttons so that you never miss an episode. You can find the show notes and links for everything mentioned in this episode at positivelylearningblog.com. See you next week for more special education solutions.